Hey everybody, today on Being Brunswick, we are going to be at the Calabash Fishing Fleet with Bob and Serena Taylor and at the Waterfront Seafood Shack.
And as always, thank you to our sponsors, ATMC, Dane DeLane Studios, and Surf Unlimited.
In just a moment, we're going to be talking to Bob Taylor from the Calabash Fishing Fleet. We're so excited we're going to be out on his boat fishing today. And then we're going to come back here and we're going to talk to his wife Serena about the Waterfront Seafood Shack. Hey Bob, how are you today?
Great, Robin. How are you this morning?
Good, thanks. Heather and I are super excited to be getting out on the boat today. Yes. What boat are we going to be going out on?
You're going to be on the Atlantic Star today. It's our flagship 105-foot boat.
Wow. Mm-hmm. How many boats do you have in your fleet?
We have 6 total boats.
6? Mm-hmm. And what kinds of things do you do?
We do charter fishing, we do half-day, all-day fishing, we do dolphin adventure cruises, anything to entertain the lovely folks on vacation here in Brunswick County.
Yeah. I think we were talking about a chamber experience. We're going to be doing a dolphin excursion in August, yeah. Right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, Heather, you were asking him when we were sitting down and talking with him, can you guarantee us that we're going to see some dolphins?
I want to make sure I see dolphins.
Certainly can, for the most part. It just requires a shrimp boat, and we have a shrimp boat, so that's what it takes. They're there to get their free lunch or free dinner, whatever it may be. So they follow that shrimp boat, waiting for something to fall out of that net and get a free meal.
Oh, it sounds yummy.
Now, when people make a reservation with you to do the fishing, how do they know what's legal to catch? How do we know what we're going to go out and look for today?
Our crew handles it from start to finish. Once they get on the boat, we provide everything: rod, reel, bait, tackle, license, instruction. So every fish they pull up, we're going to take it off the hook if they want us to. Let them know what it is, what size, whether it's legal to keep or not.
So they don't have to worry about getting a fishing license before they
Nope,
charter?
Not a bit.
Wow.
Yep.
Now, I saw a sign that said shark fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
we
shark
do.
fish?
Yeah, we shark fish.
So what's the biggest shark you've caught? Or is there limits to that?
There is. Each little species of shark has a size and a limit, whether it's able to catch and keep or not. Probably the largest shark's about 14 feet, smallest about 3 feet.
And what do you typically catch? Or what do most people catch around here? I mean, what's...
Half-day fishing, black sea bass, sharks, blues, gray snapper, flounder, sea trout.
Oh, wow.
All-day fishing, mahi, king mackerel, grouper, snapper, triggerfish.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Now, aside from the fishing, the fleet that you go out when you take people out, the charters, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
You also catch, though, for your seafood shack for people to buy, right?
Yep. We commercial fish, and we catch shrimp, fish, just about anything that we serve here in the restaurant. The bulk of it we catch. Sell it right here to the public in the seafood market if they want to come buy it fresh right off the boat.
That's great.
And we fillet and peel in the vein all our shrimp for the restaurant.
Now, if you don't know how to cook seafood like me, would you cook it for us so we could take it home?
We certainly will. We certainly will. Yeah, we'll cook your catch for you.
Now, and we've come to eat at the Waterfront Seafood Shack, and the food was amazing. I mean, you cook it several different ways. You grill it. What is it? Calabash style is fried, right?
Yep, fried.
Right?
Blackened.
Blackened, that's right.
And we steam.
And you steam. So we're going to get a chance to do that a little bit later.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
How can people find out about the fishing fleet?
You can go online to calabashfishingfleet.com, or our local phone number is 910-575-0017.
Okay. Well, we're getting excited to go on the boat. So who's going to be our captain today?
Captain Danny Jewell is going to be your captain today with Sharky on board. We're going to take you out for a fun trip.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to it. When we come back, we're going to be on the boat.
The students before this program didn't understand what journalism or responsible journalism was and how important it is to society right now. And being in this class and being partnered with major names like ATMC and PBS and UNC-TV, they understand that what they're doing is so critical and so important, really to ensuring that responsible journalism. And they've gotten to this place now where not only do they see the importance in it, but they want to do their very, very best. This is a STEM-based reporting labs for PBS and UNC-TV out of Chapel Hill. So these students are not only, working towards their future careers, but they're already working with major news organizations, major journalism organizations, and every year we're adding to that and making sure that these students know that they have these opportunities for scholarships, for college, and for career advancement as soon as they graduate out of these classes. The grant that I applied for was specifically for lighting equipment. We didn't have any lighting at the time, so the students were having to work with a lot of natural light and creating light with different shades. So now we actually have professional grade lighting in our soon-to-be studio. ATMC is such a huge benefit to this community. I know myself and several other teachers that have applied for grants and received grants and funding from them, and it means so much because it's a co-op, so they're really for the community, they're providing back to their community, and it's just, to me, it shows how great it is to be down here in Brunswick County and to be you know, linked up with someone like ATMC. We just really appreciate having them donate and really see our vision and try to help bring that to light in the classroom.
Hey y'all, we're back here. We're on the Atlantic Star. We're about 10 to 11 miles out at sea.
That's right.
And we're with Sharky, who is going to be our coach today. He's going to teach us how to fish so that we catch some fish. And you brought us out to a really great spot here, right?
Exactly. This area we're in right here gets you off the beach a little bit. This time of the year, the water's really cold. And when the water's cold like this, these sea bass tend to kind of congregate on these smaller rocks. So we had to come out here to get on some ledges and some nice bottom. Hopefully we'll pick up some sea bass, maybe some small tomtakes, you know, porgy, that kind of thing. So we're trying to mix it up for you a little bit today.
And now you were mentioning how we pretty much anything we catch we can keep, but there's a certain type of size for sea bass that we would have to throw back, right?
Right. Sea bass has got to be 13 inches.
13 inches.
Flounder, if you do get a flounder today, it is possible where we are, 15 inches on that. Other than that, we won't worry too much about other size limits.
All right, so show us what we're supposed to do here.
Okay, girls, what we're going to do today is basically just use this little rod and reel right here. It's just like a winch on a stick, is all it is. Nothing fancy. Anybody can do this. Anybody. A kid 4 years old can catch these fish. It's just that simple. What we're going to do first, and he's backing the boat down, so he's getting ready to stop right now. He's found a piece of rock he wants to use. But we are going to put our thumbs on the spool. This is very important. When you put that thumb on that spool, it keeps your line from tangling. Lift the little latch up, and we're going to let it slowly go to the bottom. And you'll know you're on the bottom because it's going to stop momentarily. Now the only thing you got to do is, if you can say there's technical parts of this, the only thing you got to do is to keep working your lines. In other words, this boat is drifting, and if you just let it keep going, it'll go as long as you let it go. You can run out of line. But you drop it down. This is very fast fishing. If you don't get a bite in the first 15 to 30 seconds,
wow,
maybe a minute, at the very latest,
a
minute, you're going to wind up and redrop.
Redrop.
Because we're on a big piece of rock, and what we're doing is drift across this piece of rock. Okay, here we go. Thumb on the spool, lift the lock up. We're going to let it go all the way down. Water's about 60 feet.
60 feet, wow, that's deep.
See it stop.
Okay.
You're going to wind down just a little bit to make sure you tighten it up, but you don't want to wind it off the bottom. You want to keep it right on that bottom at all times. If you drop it down and that line doesn't slide, you got to let a little bit more line out. We'll do this like 2 or 3 times, and then we'll go from there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get her down. I'm going to let you hold this.
All right, so I got to get my thumb on this? Wow, the rod's pretty heavy.
The rod's got a little weight to it.
Okay.
But, we do that because a lot of times we get these bigger fish on and you want to be able to catch them. So what we're going to do, thumb on the spool.
And I'm waiting for a tug, is that it?
You're waiting for a tug. Anything that bounces or jerks or feels out of the ordinary, you're going to want to jerk back.
What keeps our lines from like
All right, so I'm trying to keep my balance here too because we're rocking.
Oh yeah. The drift of the boat keeps your lines apart.
Okay.
That's what keeps your lines completely apart. So what we're going to do now is I got you down to the bottom. I'm going to give you this bag.
All right, so there were a couple little squid that were on the line. I don't know if you were able to see that before we went down. So we're hoping that those little guys are going to cause something. Oh, I see one of those jelly balls that we were talking about.
Now, will it give a big tug?
Sometimes they do, but most of the time it's not really a real hard bite. You'll feel just, there you go, just anything you feel, you jerk.
All right, so I feel like it's been about 30, 45 seconds and I
So what
haven't
do we
felt
do now?
anything.
'Cause
So
I feel like it feels heavy on the bottom.
Well, I think you're feeling your weight mainly is what you
Yeah.
got there. But now you've been down long enough. Let's
So,
wind yours up.
wind it up.
Wind it up.
Okay.
And once we get it up, we're going to check that bait because sometimes there's trigger fish and small fish that just chew your bait off and you don't feel them.
There are some smart fish.
There's some smart ones down there, yes ma'am. But when you get up, we're going to take a look at your bait. If your bait
This is
looks
a
good,
workout, I gotta say. Like, these are pretty heavy fishing lines.
Exactly. Now see, your bait looks good. Your bait looks really good. So
Okay.
Now we're going to drop it right back down.
So I gotta unlock, I gotta put my thumb, woo!
It's okay. You're all
So
good.
unlock.
Yes, ma'am. Now let it go all the way down. Now you might want to wind yours up because see what's happening is we're drifting, and this rock is.
Ooh, so I feel like it hit, but it didn't. I can
No,
see it.
you can still
Okay,
see
keep
it,
going.
keep right on going.
All right.
But when you wind up like that and redrop, you're hitting different areas of the rock, and it produces fish. I mean, just because you don't catch them on the outside doesn't mean they're not in the middle.
Gotcha.
Just kind of keep in mind, it's like being on like in a boat and casting, and each time you cast to a new spot, you're in a different fishing area.
Am I winding it right?
Yes, ma'am. Keep right on coming. You're good.
Oh gosh.
I'll bring your lines right back up just a second, please. We're going to ease over here and check another spot. Water back up, please.
Okay. Now
Okay.
Okay. Just push this back down.
Push, lock it back down.
Lock it back
Okay.
down. Let's
Do I
wind
lock
them in.
it? Oh,
You're good right there. I'll take this for you.
okay.
All right.
All we're going to do is stick it right back here in the rod holder, and we'll be prepared for the next.
I feel like I was dropping forever here, so.
See, now this happens quite often with the cold weather. You stop on a spot, fish doesn't bite, you got to go to another.
Okay.
You got to go rock to rock till you get that one fish.
You know, that's great though. I mean, I love that you guys are going to do that. You really want people to get the best experience out of
Absolutely.
this.
Captain Danny's been in this business many, many years, and he is a person who really wants you to catch fish. So if they're not biting, he's not going to let you sit there and just drift in the sand or anything. He is going to move the boat, put you on an area where the fishing's better.
Now, how long have you been doing this, Sharky?
44 years now.
44 years. Now, are you like born and bred and raised in Brunswick County, or where are you from?
I'm actually from Tabor City, Columbus County.
Okay.
But I fished pretty much all my life. I fished professional and freshwater for many, many years. Saltwater. I made a living here since 1978, actually, and it's just something I've always done. Fish is just something that's, it's been good to me. Fishing's been really good to me.
Now, how many people do you usually take on one of these fishing fleet cruises, these
This
charters?
boat has 122 rod holders.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
It has 122.
That's incredible.
Now, we don't put that many people on.
Okay.
In the peak of the season, when things is running real strong, he likes to make sure everybody has plenty of room, gives you ample fishing, and not put you on here like a lot of boats does where you can't even move.
Yeah.
So if he puts 100 people on here, if he puts 100, I know that sounds like a lot, but you're spread out. You got a lot of room to fish.
Yeah.
You got a lot of room to fish in.
And when they get on this boat, they don't have to bring anything with them.
Not at all. And another thing about this boat is, so it's going to have a full service galley, and meaning that if you don't want to bring a cooler, or if you don't want to come out here and just bring your stuff, all our prices will be very moderate. I mean, sodas are like $1. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
It's not-
reasonable.
right, exactly. There'll be grilled hot dogs, hamburgers. They'll have coffee machines and snow cone machines. And
Oh, wow.
But you allow people to bring coolers on
absolutely.
board?
If you want to bring a cooler, just bring you a small cooler, pack you some stuff in it, and bring it on.
Now, can people pack a beer or anything, or is
Absolutely.
it just, okay,
Absolutely.
as long as they're 21?
Right. You're more than welcome to bring, if you want to bring some beer out fishing, a lot of people do, feel free to do it. We just don't like hard liquor. We try to
Right.
keep that off the
Yeah,
boat.
of course, that would make sense.
People get a little rowdy sometimes.
So you you help people that have never fished before, you run the charters for those fishing?
Absolutely. That's what we do. We're gonna take you out here, and it doesn't matter if you have never dropped a line before. In the first 10 minutes, we're gonna have you fishing like a pro. And the thing of it is the crews on these boats, I'm the crew leader for the company. My job is to train crews. That's what I do. My crews on these boats are phenomenal. They work real good with the ladies. They work real good with kids and families. Family comes out, kids want to fish. Mom and dad don't need to take time. I mean, dad wants to fish. He doesn't have time to bait the kids' hooks. We're taking the fish off. We're baiting the hooks. We're getting the fish in the basket for you, help you string them up. It's just very, very turnkey. I mean, you just pay your money and come on out. We'll do the rest.
And we got to meet, when we first got on the boat, we got to meet Jeff and Jackson and
Sure.
Brandon. So nice guys. So
Yes,
they're
they are.
part of your crew here.
That's part of my crew.
Now, you also do the dolphin cruises, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me a little bit about those.
You're talking something I originated.
Really?
I started.
Oh, cool.
1989, 1990, I was working with another fleet, and the captain came to me and says, we need to do something. We need to figure out another trip we can run. So we started going out to the shrimp boats and looking for dolphins. Okay. Worked out really well. They got to see the shrimp boat, they got to see the dolphins, but one day we were out there and the shrimp boat lifted its nets, and they got to see the nets come in. And after that, it clicked. Okay, we need to combine this. So we started paying shrimp boats to lift their nets when we got out there for us. And we went one step farther because they would take and put in little bags of sea creatures that's died in the nets, and it might be a starfish, a flounder, a sand dollar, whatever. They would toss that over to me, and I would get everybody up front, and I would give a talk about all the sea creatures that come out of the ocean.
Oh, cool.
So therefore, the Dolphin Adventure Cruise was invented. And I am actually the first one who ever did that many, many years ago.
That's awesome.
So now when you come out, we go through the shrimp boat, they get to see the shrimp boat lift the nets. Very educational trip. Schools do it, churches, they bring kids. It is the most kid-friendly trip you have ever been on. And I mean, you just go out, you're a little bit like a mile off the beach. We stay in the ocean about 30, 45 minutes. So if anybody's worried about nausea, it's just fast. We go out there. Sit there for about 10 or 15 minutes and watch the dolphin, call the shrimp boat, he picks the nets up, and it is phenomenal.
And that's what gets the dolphins around, right? Because they're hungry.
Oh yeah, they got a buffet line there, so they're calling that shrimp boat.
Perfect.
And I mean, it's just a remarkable trip. I have got people that's been coming back on this trip a couple of times a year since we invented it 30 years ago. And I mean, they can't get enough of it because it's right on the beach, and it's just beautiful.
Hey, we're back. We're on land with Sharky, and Heather you caught a really cool fish. You caught 14 inches, right?
14 inches, a little over.
So you're going to show us how to cut this baby up so that we can clean it and eat it?
Exactly.
All right.
I'm going to show you one of the main cuts, how people do it. And I'm going to show you something else that'll help you guys out. And nobody likes bones in their fish, really. Right. So I'm going to show you how to do this on 2 different levels to get these bones out of your fish and make your fillets work. So the first thing we're going to do is come right behind the gill plates and make a cut. When you feel it stop on the backbone, you automatically turn it, and you just start working your way down. I'm doing this slow so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing.
Now, are you putting pressure with your hand down there?
Basically,
you're just holding it steady?
Just holding it steady.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is flip this over. Now, you notice now that, okay, see, a lot of meat right here, but you notice you got the tail still attached to the fish. Mm-hmm. Okay, what we're going to do is going to come right in here, go between the meat and the fish. I'm just taking it real slow so you can see what we're doing. And I'm going to let you take the fillet knife.
Roll up the sleeves here.
You hold the fish's tail right there.
Okay.
And grip your knife and just kind of keep it at that angle and go all the way out the end of the fish.
That's a pretty sharp knife.
It's pretty sharp.
I feel like I'm stuck.
Well, I'll tell you what to do. Let's do something.
Okay.
Oh, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. It's coming through.
Yeah, you're getting it.
Yeah, you're getting it. You're doing fine. Absolutely.
Okay.
Now what we're going to do now is we'll take your knife here, and I'm going to show you a little thing that we can do. There's 2 sets of bones in these fish. Now you notice right here, we didn't leave a whole lot here. You could have got a little tighter if you wanted to, but that's fine. It's good. We're just going to cut this off, get it out of the way because it makes it easier. But now what we're going to do now is we're going to debone this fish. 2 sets of bones in this fish. You got your rib bones, which we're going to just kind of come down and cut.
So that's what that is right there.
That's your rib bones. But you see how your fish is jumping all around when I do that, when I'm trying to cut that out?
Yeah.
And then your pin bones are right here. You're just going to come in here like this. And That,
I can't really see the bones. What are we looking for?
okay, you'll feel these. These are the small bones in them, just a little small bones in there. That's all that is, and you're cutting those out. If you touch that fillet here, feel those little bones right there. You feel that?
Oh, yeah.
Those are little pin bones. That's little
Yeah,
hair
I
bones.
can feel that.
Okay.
All right.
Now this fillet here is boneless, but you see, it was kind of hard getting it to do what we wanted it to do because it was moving around on us.
So this now, there's no bones
There's
left
no
in this.
bones in that one at all. That was done.
Feel that. Yeah, there's
cool.
nothing. That's a little nice piece of meat right there.
Now let me show you this. What we're going to do this time is a little bit different. We're going to go make the cut down just like we did before.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and cut it off this time. Now what we're going to do now is this. We're going to leave the skin attached, okay?
Okay.
Now watch what happens now. You saw the fillet moving everywhere. When I leave the skin attached, watch this right here.
Oh,
Wow, it comes right off.
You see what I mean? And you lose nothing. Now, we throw that over. We take this here, pin bones. You can put your finger right there. Feel those bones. Feel those little bones right there.
Oh, yeah.
You feel them?
Yeah.
Oh.
So all we're going to do now is just go right down the fish. We're going to just do a little incision like that and a little incision like that. Now we are going to hold the tail with our fingers and work our skin back off.
All right, your turn.
There you go. Just hold it with your fingers and work the skin. That's it. Just keep doing just like you're doing. Kind of keep your knife at a little angle with the blade pointed down toward the skin of the fish.
Oh, I think I'm losing some.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's kind of regroup you. Let's go down just a little bit more at an angle like this. You see what I'm doing? Okay, I'll give you that and you hold that. There you go.
Nice.
Just like that. Keep right on going.
Yeah.
Now, what's going to happen now is when we pick this up, your pin bones come out.
Oh.
Absolutely boneless fillets.
I can see why a lot of the gulls hang out.
Oh, they hang out.
they
This
were
is-
talking.
This is their meal area. They love that. But that, ladies, I mean, you did great. You saw what's going on. You know it now how to kind of, you know where to start, and you just practice. Practice makes it better.
Now, what are you going to do with the skin and the head?
Goes back in the water. Nothing's wasted. Stingrays, turtles, you know, if we got any river sharks like bull sharks, they eat it. But crabs, everything is fed. Nothing's wasted. When it goes back in, everything is taken care of and ate. So it's like feeding, it's like giving back. In other words, it's giving to
That's
you, now
great.
you're giving back to it. So.
All right. Hey, when we come back, we're going to be cleaning this and cooking it up. We'll see you in a few.
The LC Outreach Project was established in loving memory of my grandfather, Lorenzo Clemens, who was a fine Christian educated businessman here in Southport. The organization was created as a solution to the myriad of problems that our at-risk youth population here in Brunswick County, the issues that they face. ASEEP, A-S-E-E-P, the acronym stands for Alternatives for Students to Enhance Education Programs. Those programs consist of academic and tutoring summer camp, as well as an after-school program.
It has made a large impact for the kids. They're able to maintain a lot of the information they've learned from the previous school year, and they're able to carry that to the new school year. Last year we had over 40 kids. This year we've had over 70 kids.
Statistics show that students who are not engaged academically during the summer months or while out of school, they tend to regress and lose some of the information they learned the previous year.
We are a nonprofit, so any donations that the community is willing to help us out with is great. To receive this grant from ATMC means the world to us. They help us provide our curriculums to get different tangible items that we'll need to help the program flourish, so it's greatly appreciated.
Hey, we are here in the kitchen. We snuck a peek in here, and we are here back with Bob, and we're going to cook up the sea bass that Heather and I got a lesson on cutting a little earlier with some shrimp, right?
Yep, local caught wild shrimp right here in Calabash.
So we're just going to grill this up. So what do you do for the grilling?
We're going to season our fish and our shrimp with a little salt and pepper on both.
Okay.
A little garlic butter go to the grill before we cook it.
All right. Garlic butter, I love it.
Oh yes, makes everything better.
It does. So that was the secret ingredient, because I've had your grilled fish before and it was
Yeah.
so divine.
Then
All right,
we'll
so you're just gonna lay that down. So about how long does sea bass take and the shrimp take when you put it on there?
a couple minutes per side. Doesn't take long at all.
And for shrimp, you're looking for that pink, right?
That pink, nice white texture.
Okay. What about for the sea bass? Is it similar?
It's a very white fish.
So
when it turns white, you flip it one time, it's pretty much done.
Okay.
Yep.
And when you serve your plates, they come with your homemade hush puppies.
Yep. We do French fries and coleslaw
French
with that
fries
as well.
and coleslaw.
Yeah.
All right. Now I saw you also have macaroni salad too.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's an
Yep.
option.
We do pasta. We do deep fried corn.
Oh, I know. Your deep fried corn is amazing.
It is.
And when we were here, Serena's kind of your cook, right?
She does
comes
it all.
up with the.
And
so
she does the
had
pound cake.
A collard greens, that's right. And you fry your pound cake, don't you?
We actually grill it.
Oh, you grill it.
We caramelize butter on both sides of that pound cake. Serve it with a scoop of ice cream. It is to die for.
That's a complete meal.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
It is.
So this is everything. You guys, whatever you fresh caught is what we end up using.
Yep.
What you end
We
up
do
using.
that our special every day.
Okay. And you pretty much always have shrimp and sea bass.
Shrimp, sea bass, flounder. Depending on what time of year it is, we'll have snapper. We always have grouper.
Okay. That's great. And now you guys opened in March, and you're open throughout the summertime. When does the Waterfront Seafood Shack close up for
Typically about the middle of November.
Oh wow, that late.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love your outside seating, and you have some seating up on the right
on
over
the
the
dock.
water. Yeah,
Yeah.
that you just kind of redid. So that's great for people. So I'm
Very
seeing a little
nice.
bit of pink now coming out on the bottom. Is this where we're going to start to flip, or
Yep.
another minute?
Yep.
Am I
Get
going
ready to
for it?
flip. You got
You're
it.
like, I got
All
to do
you,
this.
kiddo.
All right, so you just got to go up and
There you go. Little flick.
little flick, and then I got to get. I got two of them. Woo! See if I
got
can
a
get those two.
gourmet chef
Oh,
on
well,
it.
hey,
Look at there.
it flipped. All right, it won't take quite as long on the second side, though, will it?
Nah, not as long.
Not as long. They look delicious. I can't wait to try this. So, I know that you guys have the little market as well, which I think Serena and Heather are going to talk about a little bit more, but you will sell what you catch.
We do.
And when people come and they come off the boat, they can,
We'll clean their fish for them and cook their catch for them.
okay, or they can take it home and
Or
cook
they
it
can take it home.
themselves. And Sharky was saying that if somebody wants to learn how to debone and cut, he'll teach them how
Oh,
to do
yeah.
that, which is amazing.
Oh, yeah. He's probably the fastest person in the industry on cutting a fish.
I don't doubt that for a second after hanging out with him all day.
Yeah.
But what I think is really cool too is that you will devein and dehead shrimp for a very reasonable price for people.
Yeah,
So
we do. It's $2 a pound to do it.
that's incredible.
We're
You're not
used to
going to get
doing
that
it every
anywhere
day.
else. I know, but
We do it here every day, so doesn't bother us a bit to do it for somebody else.
listen, you've got to come down here. Come to the Waterfront Seafood Shack. Have yourself a meal. Fresh caught fish right out there. It's amazing. And we're going to talk to Serena in just a minute. So I just got out of the kitchen. This is what Bob and I grilled, the sea bass and the shrimp. It just looks absolutely amazing. I'm gonna have to take a little bite and try. Now I know they do this several ways. They'll grill it with that garlic butter. They'll calabash, style fried, or you can get your fish blackened as well, but you gotta come down here and try it. It's delicious. When we come back, Serena and Heather will be together talking about all that's the Waterfront Seafood Shack. I'm just gonna snack. See y'all.
So we're here with Serena, and she's going to give us just a little bit of information on what you can buy here at the store, the little shop.
Absolutely. So this is our gift shop, ticket office. You come in and you get your tickets and go out on one of our vessels. For
Souvenirs?
And absolutely, souvenirs, whatever you want. I think we have a little of everything.
So tell us real quick, you have a website.
We do.
What is that?
www.calabashfishingfleet.com. You can find us on Instagram.
Facebook?
Facebook, definitely.
Great. Now what's the telephone number for everybody who wants to call and book?
So 910-575-0017.
And don't forget that you can buy your fresh seafood right here at their waterfront market.
Yeah.
Thank you.